I suggest we also look into the new year, try to start some habits that will help us finish next year in a better position than we started it. So this is 3 things that I would recommend you do to get a handle on your personal finances starting from January of 2021 and why I think they're a good idea. Number 1 is start a budget. If you don't already have a budget, I would recommend starting a simple budget. It doesn't have to be particularly sophisticated. It could be as simple as a pen and paper and writing out each month your income at the top and then subtracting every necessity as you go down the list. Housing, so rent or mortgage, bills, gas, water, electric. Underneath that, anything you might pay towards your car. Underneath that, anything you might pay towards food. And then at the end, you'll see what you've got left to play with. My budget is pretty simple and I run it the same every month. I don't make a new one each month. I include savings in mine as well, so I factor in any money that I'm going to save that week or month. I get paid weekly, so I do it weekly. And then at the end of that, I know how much money I've got to spend on the things that I enjoy doing, knowing that I've got everything else factored in for that month or week. It's making sure you know what your money is doing rather than wondering where it went. And that's something that Dave Ramsey always says. It's also something that I have recently said on Twitter. Kind of stealing it for my own. It's better to know what to expect than to wonder what happened. Number 2 is start saving, even if it's just a small amount each week or month, depending on when you get paid. For example, I get paid weekly. I put £25 per week away in an account that I don't think about, that I don't see. And so far, through no real effort of my own, I've managed to rack up £350, which is going to go towards contributing to my emergency fund of 3 to 6 months of expenses. It doesn't have to be a great deal. You could start with £5 a week. Just put it somewhere consistently. Just squirrel that small amount away, and over time you'll see that amount grow. If you did £10 per week, at the end of the year, you've got £520. Hey Siri, what's £10 times 52 weeks?
I found an answer. It's displayed on your iPhone.
Can you speak it to me? Hey Siri, what's 10 times 52?
10 times 52 is 520.
£520 at the end of the year that you wouldn't have had if you hadn't put that £10 a week away. Again, the goal is not to rack up a massive amount of money with these habits. It's just to develop the habit of putting some money away consistently. I would say, and you'll know when you make your budget, there's always some room that you can make to put more money aside. Which leads me on to number 3, which is give more. This is something that I incorporated into my budget when I first started making a budget. I put a small amount of money aside each week. It doesn't have to be a lot, but the goal for that money is to give it to others. It could be charity, it could be random acts of kindness, however you want to give. I think it's a very important muscle to build, generosity. I'm not saying if you've got £5 that you need to give 4 of that away and live off for 1. It doesn't have to be a very large amount. For me, it's just £5 a week that I put away for charitable giving. One year, I saved the full £250 up and gave it to a friend who was having a baby, for the baby to have in an account so that when it grew up, it had some money from its friendly Uncle Ollie. Other years, I have saved up a small amount, say £20, and I've given a large tip at a restaurant. It makes you feel good. It makes the person that you give it to feel good. It's generally an all-round win-win. Win. I remember 2 Christmases ago when you could still go to places like massage parlors. That sounds seedy. When you could still go to places where you could get a massage. You know, a legitimate business. You know what I mean? I went to the place that I get my massages and I gave the lady behind the counter £50 and I just said, please, take off £10 from the next 5 people's bills. It's just good. It made me feel good. I didn't need the gratification from it. I didn't need the thanks of the people that I gave the money to. It's just nice to give. And I think developing that muscle is a very important thing. Again, if you can't afford to give, there's no judgment. You wouldn't get any judgment from me. But like I said, when I was discussing saving a small amount each week, it has done me very good to budget that small amount of money to give to other people. Just something to think about. When I started thinking about these 3 things, which was maybe like 3 years ago, I started keeping a budget, and in that budget I factored in regular savings and regular money to give. My financial life turned itself around. I've got more money now than I've ever had. I'm not living off credit cards. I'm not living off overdrafts. debts, student loans, anything like that. It changed the way I thought about money. And just to get that first initial budget going so that you can see what you've got coming in, what you've got going out, and where it's going, then allows you to move on to greater things like learning about saving and investing. I had a recent discussion with Joshua Mills of The Art of Money Saving, which you can find on this channel and on his channel. I believe he's now released it as his podcast. And we discussed things like learning about saving and investing. And it's an area where I need to develop my knowledge a little bit more. I need to do more reading, need to do more learning so that I can save and invest more effectively in the future. But I wouldn't even be in this position to be talking to Joshua Mills if I hadn't started that initial budget, started thinking about my personal finances and how I can be in a better position in the future than I'm currently in, and how I can make my situation beneficial for others around me as well. Doesn't have to just be my family, doesn't just have to be me and Sean. You know, you can spread that little bit of extra joy with things like tipping to the pizza delivery person. Even though I should stop seeing the pizza delivery person, because as of next year I'm really going to make a focus on my health and well-being. Thank you for watching. I hope everybody has a good year this year. Obviously globally there's been a lot going on in 2020. Still not sure what to make of it myself, not sure how I feel about it all. Onwards and upwards. Let's look into the new year with a renewed hope and a determination to be the best people that we can possibly be. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Please consider liking and sharing this video if you know other people that will get something from it. And let's have a good year. Take care. Thank you for watching. I hope that you got something from this video. You can find my website at www.ollyrosaphoto.com. You can follow me on Instagram at ollyrosaphoto, Twitter at ollyrossa. Again, thank you for watching. I hope you all have a great day and I'll speak to you next time.